Good morning, Finley Dreamers.
Good morning, Mrs. Adams.
And good morning, Finley Scholars.
Good morning, Mr. Miller.
Good morning, Finley family.
Good morning, Mr. Kirby. And today we have on Braylee and Nurse Lori. Thanks for being here.
Braylee was talking to us saying that she thinks it is a wacky Wednesday. And she explained that sometimes Wednesdays feel like we do things a little bit differently, different essentials, maybe a little different schedule on a Wednesday. But what makes today different from before is that we made sure everyone was wearing a mask before you came into the building. You may have heard from somebody at home that every school in Des Moines is trying to be as safe as possible for students, for ourselves and for students. And so now we are all going to be wearing masks when we are in the building. And Nurse Lori, you are the best one because you went to school to be a nurse. You studied about what helps keep us healthy. And I think you should talk to all of us about how this will look at Finley so that we all know what to expect and how to follow these procedures. Please tell us.
Hi, Finley. So I wanted to go over some of the procedures that we are going to do. Some of them are going to be repetitive from last year because some of you guys wore masks last year and we're here. And remember, why we're wearing our masks is I'm wearing it to help prevent the spread of germs to you, and you're wearing yours to prevent spread of germs to me. So together, I know that we can be flexible and we can do what's best for each other. And when you guys come in tomorrow, if you don't have a mask at home and need a mask, we will provide one for you. One will be the one that you get when you first come in the building. It will be a disposable one, but we will give you one that, that isn't disposable, and we'll put your name on it. So another thing is lunch looks a little bit different this year with our masks and having to wear a mask. So last year we took it off of our face and set it on the table. This year we're going to take our mask down and we're going to put it under our chin, and my mask is still on my ears. So it's not touching any surface but under my chin. So then when I'm through eating, I can go ahead and grab the sides and put it back up over my nose. After that, you'll want to use some hand sanitizer and on your way out of the lunchroom. And then also at recess, we are not requiring masks. So you can once again bring your mask down and be outside with no mask on. If that's not comfortable for you, you can always take it off at recess and put it around your wrist, okay? But remember, when we're putting our mask on, we hold the loops that go around our ears and like that. So if anybody has any questions, please let me know. I am always willing to work with kiddos that need help with the mask, because I want them to be as comfortable as possible. It does depend on the type of mask and the comfort level. So please, we are all going to be flexible today, working with one another and preventing the spread of any germs. Thank you.
Well,
Thanks, Nurse Lori.
Yes, thanks. I can't say enough about that. One thing I wanted to bring up is with flexibility too. I know you mentioned that word, Nurse Lori, as well. I've been in Mrs. Smith's room during lunch for the past few days. So I had to be a little bit flexible because Mrs. Jinks is usually in there. But more importantly, the students had to be a little bit more flexible with our different ways we would handle it. And what I saw today with Mrs. Smith's class is leadership because of that flexibility too within themselves. They put level 0 up in the hallway. I didn't tell them to do that. I mean, I put people up in front with me when they normally weren't in front, and they just did it. I checked with people in the back of the line for feedback. They were flexible enough to stay back there when they normally aren't in the back, and they gave me the feedback about what was going on. So I'm getting such great information from all of you, and you're so flexible in giving it to me that I learn more and more each day about what is truly needed for each class and each student, especially as I'm talking to some of you today. So your flexibility is paying off, because when you go from class to class, subject to subject, from place to place in this school, you know you'll be safe with a mask on, and safe knowing that you can count on what it's really going to be like with all routines. So thanks so much out there for listening to everything we have to say today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. I've noticed too, Mrs. Smith's class, as they come through, because they eat in their room, right? So I've noticed, classes that come back, and this isn't to say that other classes aren't doing a great job, but I've noticed that class with you, they come to drop their trays off. They don't even stop to line up because they're so efficiently moving through that line to dump their trays, and they're ready to get back to class and have some activity time with you. That's how flexible they are. They're on it. So that is really cool to see that. They can adjust that system. And sometimes systems seem hard for us, and we can do that. And sometimes we need to make an adjustment. So that's exactly it, Mr. Miller. We're here to help each other and be flexible so that we all get what we need to be successful, right? And be safe and support each other. Man, again, here I am. I wanted to wait a while this school year to say this, but Findlay is the best school anywhere. It's totally the best school in Des Moines, middle, elementary, or high school. I guarantee you. But it has to be the best environment to support kids and scholars and help them look forward. Man, way to go, everybody. Speaking of scholars, we have one of our favorites here in the library, and her name is Braylee. And Braylee, I wonder if you have anything you would like to add.
I certainly do. I have a shout out.
Shout out.
I have a shout out to all the students for working together and just coming together, and at the end of the day, just saying thank you to each other.
Excellent. That's a perfect shout out for today's morning meeting, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Considering flexibility. Mrs. Adams, didn't that kind of remind you of, in your mind, when you imagined people working with each other, maybe changing a little bit or making an adjustment? Did it remind you of Elastigirl from The Incredibles?
It did. My favorite character.
So when we look at something, we go, man, I don't know if I can do it. Maybe we just picture Elastigirl, and you see Mrs. Adams also in your mind going, that's my favorite character in a movie right there, because she's so flexible. Great place to be. Great training ground too, because someday you'll use that flexibility as you find yourself in college. So how about a college cheer? Dog free today. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 4, 6, 8. When does fifth grade graduate?
20, 33, 2, 4, 6, 8. When does fifth grade graduate? 20, 34.
2, 4, 6, 8. When does third grade graduate? 2, 4, 6, 8. When does second grade graduate? 2, 4, 6, 8. When does first grade graduate? 2, 4, 6, 8. When does kindergarten graduate?
Findlay Dreamers, dream big.
Dream big.
We believe.
We believe.
Full hearts.
Full hearts.
Better together.
Better together.
Did you figure out the Wednesday word?